This is probably our inaugural Soarin and Scratchin live on Facebook.
Heck yeah.
I'm the Eagle fan.
And I'm Evil Chicken. How the heck are you, Dave?
I'm doing good, George. How are you?
I'm quite well.
That is
I am
great.
quite well.
Glad to
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah. Well, I'll see you.
That's it. That's all we came on here for.
Keep
Everybody
your
have
ear
a good
out.
night. No,
No, just kidding. We got stuff to talk about.
we got,
Some
yeah.
fun stuff, actually.
We
Dave,
wanted to talk about
yes.
some of the local areas that we've been to, things that some of our favorite memories of this area, and maybe some of our not so favorite memories.
I was just joking about that one. No, you know what? Absolutely. Um, good grief, Dave. You and I, we go way back. I think we met each other in eighth grade, right?
Yes.
And yeah, yeah. And in that time, we've been friends ever since. And in that time, we've had, dare I say, some strange adventures.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
I'm going to
So
start us off with one here.
please,
A good memory from the past because we spent lots of time there.
I'm intrigued.
Especially even when we were going to Cumberland County College, we would stop over there and eat something, walk around the mall. Not in
Oh,
its current form, but we're talking about the Cumberland County Mall the way it used to be.
yes.
That was the hot spot. That was the place to be. Just kind of walking around through there, going to the spaceport.
Oh God.
Who out there
Yeah.
remembers the spaceport?
Oh, good Lord, Dave, man. I mean, let's face it, we were mall rats in the best way. There was okay. Now stop me if I'm wrong. Right? I'm trying to remember the layout. The spaceport was across from Friendly's and right next to the pizza place, Luca's.
Lucas.
And I think a door or two down from that was the cookie jar, right?
The cookie jar was like around the corner and down, just a little.
Okay, okay, thank you. That's right, yes, because that was next to the paperback booksmith, and then across from that was Osaka, right?
Yep. And then there was
Yeah.
a Pepperidge Farms there for a while too, I thought. That was
Pepperidge Farm might remember, but I'm a little shaky. Nah, just kidding. There was, and then behind that was Orange Julius, right? Or was that the Piercing Pagoda?
I think that was the Piercing Pagoda. The Orange Julius I thought was over towards Dry Goods.
Maybe.
And on the
Oh, I
corner
thought that
over
was
there, I
towards.
thought.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, that was. There were two Orange Juliuses then. There might have been at one time.
There
But
was
I
one in the
remember.
middle, right?
Yes,
And then
yes,
the other
because
one was a corner little store kind of thing that was over
yeah,
towards Dry
yeah,
Goods.
yeah. Well, that was yeah. But uh, but oh my gosh, Dave, the memories from that place. Um, I love that cookie place. And then what was the name of that? It wasn't Sam Goody. The place, the music place in the mall. The place where we used to get our
Oh my
cassette.
God. I do not remember the name of that
I
music
forget the
place.
name. Good Lord.
If
Does
anybody out
anybody
there
have?
remembers, let us know.
Goodness gracious.
There were a
I'm
couple
trying.
different music places over the time.
Yeah, yeah,
There
there
was the
were.
one that was over by Bradley's, I think, and then I thought another one was over at the other end of the mall, over by Dry Goods.
You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. I forget the name of that place. Um, I'm at a loss. I am at a loss. But so many crazy times there. Good grief. That
The
was,
movie theater that was there,
yeah,
good times.
very much so. That was a, I remember the girl, I think, oh, good grief. I don't even know her name, but I could still see her face. She was working there all the time. I think she was related to um, the owner or manager or something. Geez, I don't even know why she came to mind. But anyway, there were two theaters, Dave, and I think I told you this before. In 1983, I saw Return of the Jedi there. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah. I know I've seen many movies there. I don't
Oh my
have the same memory like you have as to know which movie I saw there, but I know I've seen many.
gosh. Oh, here we go. Um let me see. I met my wife at the Paperback Booksmith, and one of our first dates we went to see Frantic with Harrison Ford at that theater. It
Cool.
was, oh my gosh, um, so many years ago. Holy cow, crazy stuff.
How many
What
years are
else
you
do you
coming up
remember
on?
about? What's that?
How many years are you guys coming up on?
31 will be our next.
Wow.
Will be our anniversary. Um, yeah, it's time marches on. Time marches on.
Yes, it does.
Holy crap. Uh, Osaka was an interesting place, huh? Hello?
Yeah, that
I'm
that was.
sorry.
I don't remember going in there a lot,
Okay.
so I don't remember exactly what was there. I remember it being different, but I don't remember
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. I
I
always dug it. It was always this. You never knew what you were going to find when you went in there. It was like stepping into the Troll Bazaar. you know, you'd have there were the blacklight posters in the back. It was a head shop basically, and there were all sorts of different things and incense burners and very
okay.
strange and taboo.
Now it's coming back to me more. Now
I
it's
think they
coming
had a
back to
big
me.
ass bowl of Smurfs there too.
Yeah,
That was like one of the big things in the '80s. Smurfs. I've never
yeah.
owned a Smurf, Dave. I want to go out on. I'm
I,
evil chicken, and I support this message.
I don't think I have either.
Wrong with Smurfs, but
I was never big into Smurfs, so I don't. I most likely never did.
but hey, part of the
Then there
fun.
was Spencer's over there too.
Oh,
That was
Spencer's.
yeah.
Exactly. That was right outside of Bradley's. No, no, dry goods, right? Or did it move?
I thought at one point it was closer to the arcade.
You're right, Dave. You're absolutely right. Yes, it was. It was like next to the spaceport. That was the best. Dave, how many
Many
we'd be
quarters.
millionaires today if we oh man. Top three favorite games in the spaceport, Dave. What do you got?
Three favorite games. I used to like Joust.
Joust. There we are. Good
That
one.
was an interesting game.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you got your Pac-Man. That's just a classic.
Sure,
Especially
yeah.
once I knew the pattern, it would get me for a while.
Nice.
And
All
then,
right.
of course, the bubble hockey.
Yes, the bubble hockey's on my list too because it was great. What was it? It was USA versus Russia. It was
Yeah,
very timely because, there was USA versus Russia. That was a great game. I used to like Spy Hunter and what was that crossbow one you'd shoot? It might have been called crossbow. And then the eye in the sky would show up and you could shoot it and it goes, oh,
oh, what was that?
I don't remember. I just thought of it, but I was going to say Dragon's Lair, but that always pissed me off because I could never play it. You know what I mean?
That was a fun game at times, but I would only get so far on that.
Hey, we got Eric Cates is looking at us. God bless you, Eric. Good grief.
Hey,
It's
Eric.
been years. I'm going to give you a like, Eric, because what the heck?
Yeah,
It's good to see you.
welcome.
Uh, there was some crazy
Yeah,
stuff happening there at that mall. Dave, Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Let me tell you, back in the
That's where I got
day,
my first computer.
oh my gosh, yes, we were Tandy. Good Lord, Tandy. We used to go in the back, and they'd have the video games set up there, and they were great. Like what was that? Sierra games?
Sierra. Yeah.
Oh my God. I loved what was his name? Sid Meier, Sid Mead, Sid. I know it was Sid Meier. He did Pirates, and he did that game that you introduced me to. What was that? A fantasy game. King
Um,
Knights. I don't know now.
I don't remember. Oh my
I don't
god.
either. It was great. We loved it. Oh God, the old TRS. Oh, good Lord.
TRS
Oh,
80, I think it was.
Yep. Yep. Man,
It's good old
that's how
times.
we roll.
And think how much it cost back then to get those things
Oh, good lord.
versus how much is in one of these right now. I'm holding up a phone in case your screen is still locked there.
My screen is still locked. Oh,
Okay.
please, Dave, you could run a small country with your cell phone. Um, in
I,
comparison, I mean,
I remember upgrading to 640K and thinking, wow.
oh, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think we're going to need much more memory than that. What kind of computing do you do?
Now, the one thing that I like that's leveled off now compared to what it
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
was the speed, the processor speed. Because now you've got your graphics and everything else, so there's other pieces that are getting better. Because I remember like, okay, it was like 8 megahertz.
Yeah.
Okay, then it was 16, then it was
Okay.
64, and
Oh,
it just kept going up. And it was, you got a computer now.
yeah.
By next year, forget it, you can't run anything.
Oh, yeah. You buy top online, believe me, you buy obsolescence immediately.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I mean, oh God, yeah. You look at some of these high-end gaming computer systems now.
oh yeah.
Crazy. Oy. Yep, there we go. The Cumberland Mall. Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's more stuff. I guess through the haze and vagueness of time has its way of making things hazy. But
My my favorites there were still the spaceport and the
yeah.
cookie jar.
Oh God, yeah. And
Right now, as
I
we talk about it, I can
yeah.
still remember the taste of those chocolate chip cookies.
And it came in that little paper bag.
Yep.
Oh my God, they were amazing. They were amazing cookies. I, and I'm a fat man, and I'm telling you that. They were amazing.
Good times.
As for me, the paperback booksmith. I met my wife there. I used to buy a lot of books before she was my wife, and the old movie theater. I have to echo you too, Dave. I mean, the spaceport and the cookie jar. Just this moment in time, it sort of encapsulates a certain innocence. Um, there's no such thing as mall culture these days. It's malls are they're dying, they're going away. But um, I mean, the strip mall experience and the online experience is overpowering both of them. Anyway, but for a
There's
certain shining time, we were mall rats.
yes, we were. Now
Yeah,
malls are practically empty and kind of depressing.
yeah,
I
it kind of is. It kind of is. Maybe they could turn some of them into housing or something. I don't know, but um, I don't know.
I still remember that feeling of coming out of the movies after the mall was already closing
Yeah,
and walking out back there, going out to the car, and then
right.
maybe we can like, let's go to Pizza Hut or something.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, hey, Tara, Orange Julius. Yes, we were just talking about. Wasn't it great to? I'm sorry, Dave. I want to come back to that because that's very true.
Okay.
But a friend of ours, Tara, she's mentioning the idea about Orange Julius. The pretzels, that nacho cheese sauce. What? I mean, what? It was great.
I lived on the hot dogs from there during the
Oh,
first
college?
year of college
Oh yeah, man. Absolutely. We both did. I was
because it
sitting
was
next to
cheap.
you, I think. Goodness gracious. It oh, good grief. But please forgive me, Dave. Getting back to what you were just saying, at nighttime, coming out after seeing a movie into the spooky parking lot. It's awesome.
That back in the good old days.
Yes. Yes,
Another
indeed.
place that I remember from not too far from there
Hmm.
was the old racetrack.
Oh, good Lord. The one that's illegal to go to now.
Oh yes,
It was barely legal to go to then, I think.
I was going to say it might not have been over completely legal for us to be there then.
Well, but it was interesting because we were actually able to drive our cars around there, and I forget whose car it was. It caught on fire, and there was snow, and my car was next to. Do you remember this?
Was that Craig?
It may have been. It may have been. And so my car's next to the one that's on fire. So I go to pull it out, the car. Sorry. And so just so that, not everything blows up. And so I park and we all run back and we're throwing snowballs at the engine. Do you recall this?
I do have some memories of that.
Just checking. It's vague in my memory, but it was there. What a it's a shame it's closed off to the public. It's an interesting piece of history of Vineland.
Yeah.
But well,
Speaking
we
of
can
that,
say that we illegally trespassed there when it was before it was illegal. I think.
speaking of that, and maybe in both cases, we might as well stay relatively on that same road up a little bit farther. Palace of
Okay.
the Depression,
Oh man, yeah.
before they renovated it.
Dave, when we went, it was just the ticket booth.
Yeah.
It was just the ticket booth there, and the guys that have renovated it have done an amazing job. We should really, after this COVID thing's done, we need to take a field trip there, check it out.
Yeah, that
We
would be
used to
cool.
hang out there all the time. It was great.
I remember there was that little rope swing that went across
Yes,
the
yes,
little
across
creek
that.
in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome. That was great.
We used to
Yeah.
discuss stories that maybe we could come up with about that area.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And
We
oh,
should
the
still do
thing is,
something like that.
yeah, we could. There's no doubt about it. That we could certainly do that. But oh my gosh, yeah, the Palace of Depression. Jeez Louise. And let me see here. If we take a right onto Landis Avenue, as we were talking earlier, the movie theaters. There were two movie theaters on Landis Avenue. The one next to Sears, which is no longer in existence. Well, neither the movie theater nor Sears. And the one at the Vineland Theater, which is down. Geez, what is that? Well, it's down on Landis Avenue. The one that it gets revitalized and sold, and then revitalized and sold. That one. But um, oh, good grief, man! What were some of the movies you saw there?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot there.
I'm
I
sorry.
think I think I saw Lost Boys there. I think we
Bingo.
may have seen Lost Boys a couple times. For some reason, I'm thinking we saw it at the mall and there.
You know what? I'm thinking you're right. Lost Boys was a great movie. A lot of fun. It hits you right in the childhood.
I I think we saw that Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yes, yes, one of my favorite Christmas films.
Yippee ki
Indeed. Oh
Good
man,
times.
yeah. We saw we saw Batman, the original. Well, when I say original, the Michael Keaton version, the one next to Sears. I think it was you, me, and Steve actually. Why I remember this, I don't know.
That sounds right. We
um,
saw what else did we see there? Goonies, I think,
I don't
for
know if
some
I saw
reason.
Goonies in the theater.
Maybe that wasn't you
Maybe I
that I was
did.
with then. I do remember
Oh,
seeing that at the theater. I don't remember who I
there you
was
go.
with.
Oh God, yeah, that was well, like I was saying, at that particular theater, um, Conan, Raiders of the Lost Ark, um, oh, it was just the list goes on and on. It was just a great place to see a movie. A little sticky on the floors, but these things happen. And then down the road at the theater in Vineland, the Landis Theater, I knew I could finally get that out. Um, Dave, that's where I saw Star Trek 2 for the first time. What? Oh.
Something happens at the end of that.
Spoilers. Spoilers. So,
Star
good
Trek
lord.
2. I never saw that in the theater.
Oh, okay. I
Star
well,
Trek 3. Is that the one that really sucked?
hey, no, that was 5. That really sucked.
Which was the Genesis one?
Oh, that was Star Trek 2.
Where I'm thinking it had to be 3. It was where he came back to life.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, but that one, no, trust me, 5 sucks worse.
I
I
know
like
5 was really bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But enough
Now I'm not
about this.
really a big Star Trek guy, so for you to say that, that really means something.
Well,
Because I remember seeing that movie with you, and you refused to admit that it was bad back then.
wait, Star Trek 3? Oh, that's because I
5.
liked it.
No, Star
Oh,
Trek 5.
5. Well, I thought that there was a guy that a mutual friend of ours that I went with, Brian. I were you there too?
I thought I went with you.
Maybe you did. Well, it was horrible. It was a horrible film.
I remember you not willing to say that. You danced around it. You looked like a political candidate up there on a debate.
Well, there's been, several times I'm infatuated with a movie, and I like to think I'm more mature when it comes to that now, but I can't say that's the truth. I mean, when the last 3 Star Wars came out, I was like, yay for the first one, and I was like, yay, and then I was like, oh yay. So, yeah. And Rogue One, that was excellent, but hey, tis what it
that
is.
that was the closest to a Star Wars movie
Yeah,
in my mind of those last several movies.
yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now I got to tell you, not to. I know we're going off topic. Please forgive me, but Mandalorian is better than the last 3 Star Trek movies combined.
I have
So
not seen that yet.
I actually recommend it. It was very good. Save Star Wars, The Mandalorian.
The
But
only issue I have there is isn't that on Disney Plus or something?
true, very
So
true.
that I don't have that subscription yet. So
Well, yeah, I can dig. I can dig. So what else? What else kinds of crazy
what
things did we
else?
use in our hometown?
I remember searching for a stone
Yes, yes, indeed.
and being covered with ticks.
Yes.
Where
Um,
was that? That was off of
that was off of Union Road.
uh,
I Oh God. Okay. Not to bore you, anyone. Long story short, I had the distinct honor of working for a gentleman uh, by the name of Champion Cox, and he entered my life at a time that I really needed somebody like Champion Cox. And we used to talk about all sorts of things, and he brought up this topic of maybe our history books are wrong. Maybe people have visited here before Columbus, and as we know now, that Columbus is a bunch of. Sorry if this offends anybody. Oh well, Columbus, forget it. Basically he did nothing. He didn't do much. All right, um, because there were people not only here, but there were settlements in the New World. Um, anyway, I digress. He mentioned the idea that there might be a dolmen that was erected here in South Jersey. Now, if you're not with dolmen, uh, okay, this is going to look like a setup, but it's not. Uh, whoops.
I smell a setup.
It's something like this, if you will. Usually, a dolmen has 3 legs and a large stone on top of it. This is a book called America BC, and he recommended it to me, and I happen to still have a copy. And we went searching. We didn't find it yet.
We did find ticks.
Oh, we found ticks. Easily I had about 100 on me, and it's happened before, and it'll maybe happen again. But we didn't find it that day. But years later, through geocaching, my family and I did find a stone. It's not a dolmen, but it is definitely a stone, and it's a stone marker. It's out there. I I'll take you, Dave, but I can't say on the air where it's at for reasons I
Okay.
can't go into.
Was it anywhere near the area that we were at?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, it is. So there you are. Now that I bored the entire viewing audience.
That was
What?
fun.
Oh, it was great. Oh, Mananico Ponds. How about back there?
Oh yeah, I remember getting stuck back there,
Oh
or
my
having
gosh.
to get you dug out. I think. What was it? You,
It,
me, and Eddie.
I think it might have been. I think it might have been. Good grief.
Back in the meat
Yeah.
wagon.
Back in the meat wagon. Yeah, it was great back there in Mananico Pond. Still is.
I think that's also another place that's illegal to go back to now.
I know that it's illegal to swim there.
Okay, in the sand wash.
Yes. 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 It is. Sorry, another story I really can't go into. But um I'll tell you afterwards. So I think you already know. So what else did we do, Dave?
Yeah, of course, there's the shore in the area here and whatnot, but I was never a big boardwalk kind of guy or beach kind of guy. But I remember
Okay.
we would have fun going down back and forth to like Wildwood a few times, and
Oh
that was
sure.
always
Oh
good.
sure.
Remember the unexplained occurrence one day coming back from Wildwood? It was me, you, and Steve.
Okay.
Remember Campbell's? It was like an old, I think like a general store type of thing. It
Yeah.
was somewhere on the way back from Wildwood there. I forget exactly, what road it was on.
Yeah, I think I know
But
exactly where it used to be.
remember when we stopped there the one time for you to make a phone call? You were calling home to
No.
let your mom know we were on the way home. I can't believe you don't remember this.
Well, help me
We
out.
stopped.
What happened?
This
Uh-huh.
was middle of the night,
Yeah.
so it was midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We pulled in. We went over. We pulled over by the something that some of the younger ones watching might not know what this was. Payphone. We pulled over by the payphone.
Yeah.
You got out and you were making your call.
Right.
Steve and I were still in the car. There was a car that pulled up kind of maybe 10, 15 yards away from us, facing us with its lights on. And then the lights turned off.
Yeah.
And we thought it was just somebody waiting for to make a phone call as well because it wasn't open or anything there.
Right. Right.
So I
Yeah. No
remember me
cell.
and Steve kind of looking over there,
Yeah.
and like the lights went off. So we're like, okay, the person turned the lights off, and we were waiting. Didn't hear anybody get out of the car. Doors never opened.
Right.
Remember, you got back in the car, and we're looking over there. I'm like, I don't see anybody in this car. So you were like, you were looking, and me and Steve were like, nobody got out of this car. We would have heard any doors closed, and we were watching. So then you kind of drove over,
Yeah.
and like the windows were down on that car a little, but there was nobody inside. And at that point, we were like, let's just go.
I do not know why I do. I have now that you mention, I have like a vague recollection, but oh, Dave, that's
It
wacky.
was just the
Oh, that's
weirdest
great.
thing because it was out in the middle of the parking lot, so there wasn't anywhere for anybody to go,
Exactly.
and nobody got out. I don't know what was going on, but
Hey,
you know,
man, what do you know? I need to make a phone call. Yeah, man. Wow. How about that?
maybe we were lucky to get out of there when we did.
See? Exactly. The night driver making a collect call. Good Lord. Collect calls. Remember those?
Oh, will you accept this call from come pick me up?
Exactly. Yes.
Again, the younger viewers might not understand what we're talking about now.
Not at all. Not at all. Just a couple of two old men talking.
It looks like we still have Eric out there. I bet he knows what we're talking about.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So holy cow.
It's sad
Uh
that that's one of the highlights of the shore memories.
well actually I'm from that area. I mean initially. before I came to Vineland. I mean, I I mean, I grew up in, well, between Green Creek and Vineland. Let me put it that way. Where's Green Creek? It's a wide spot in the road, one flashing headlight, or at least it used to be flashing. Now I think it's a stoplight, and it's next to Rio Grande, which is next to Wildwood. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, that's how I grew up, there
Where
and
was that
here.
campground we went to?
Oh, that was oh God, that's not even a campground anymore. I think it's a cultist commune. No, just kidding. Oh, that was the old Stagecoach campground. That was great.
That was fun.
We were listening to the Cars, and what else were we listening to? Good Lord.
We had our bikes, so we would go for a ride. We'd
Exactly. Dave, that was what was that song that they were singing in that pool hall?
Oh
That,
yeah, that was the Ghostbusters song.
oh my gosh. We're trying to, shoot a little pool, and it gets to the refrain, and everybody screams, Ghostbusters! It was crazy time. Yeah.
That was
Through the
fun.
lens of history, huh? Good grief.
That was
Ah,
that was before our freshman year.
good Lord. Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
good times.
Crazy. Oh my gosh. Yes. Um, we've certainly had them, and we continue to do so. And for that, I am ever thankful. And holy crow.
Between that
Oh,
and
hey, Eric, he
the,
remembers collect calls. Right, Eric? Good Lord. You always have to carry a quarter with you, or God forbid. You remember when they went to those calling cards and you had to dial in that number? It
oh
was
yeah.
crazy. Oh, it was, ugh. You can have it. I'll wait till cell technology comes out.
Now, as much as I like the phone nowadays, because there's
Yes,
so much you can do with it,
yes.
I kind of miss those days. There were times when you could be gone and
Yeah.
your parents would be like, well, they'll be back.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember hopping on my bike and just riding places. I remember riding my bike to school and meeting you halfway
Oh my
there.
gosh. Yeah. And then we went to the mall afterwards,
Yeah.
riding our bikes on 55. Do you believe that? Yeah. Good
Things that I
Lord.
can't imagine letting the kids do nowadays.
No, no, probably not. I don't think you were allowed to do it then either. But there you were. I had a damn flat too, and I'm like, oh, oh.
Back in the good old days. I remember, and this isn't something that you would have remembered. This was from living in Millville.
Okay.
The, the dam over there on Sharp Street.
Yes, yes.
As kids, me and some of the other kids in the neighborhood,
Right,
we
yeah.
would go over there sometimes, just ride our bikes over there,
Sure.
and then hike back into the woods and everything back there along the river and everything and the lake.
Yeah,
That was always fun.
Union Lake's great for that kind of stuff, man.
That
I
was
don't have that
before
memory,
the
but
the poison that was found there. What was it? Arsenic
yeah.
or something? I think it
I
was.
think it was, yeah, it was arsenic. They had to drain the whole lake. You remember we took the meat wagon down there and driving around on the Blake Bottom. You remember that?
that that car lasted through a lot,
That car, let me tell you, the makers of those 83 Subarus, God bless them, that you could take them anywhere. They were the best.
except for the time that it got broken into.
Oh, yes,
That
yes.
was
I
a
still remember.
bad memory.
That's right. That happened outside of your house.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the car door was open. Oh, well. Here, Eric has a couple of things here. He says, do you remember the mom and pop grocery store on Delsey that for years had the hand lettered sign advertising homo milk instead of homogenized? I do remember that place. And then calls were a dime when he was a kid. Man, yeah, same here.
Oh
we're the
yeah, I
we're the
I
same
remember
age.
the dime.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
When it went up to a quarter. It was like, this is insane.
What? They're going to put small people out of business. Oh, jeez.
That was back in
Wow.
the days of there being phone booths.
Yes, yes, indeed.
I,
Yes,
I,
indeed. Superman would have been happy.
I don't think I've seen any phone booth except when I was down in Disney.
There.
At one of the restaurants, there was a phone booth in there. I
Oh
think it
my
was more of
gosh.
just for show.
It's man, it's absolutely crazy. You have to every time I see one now, I take a picture of it with my cell phone because you know, another thing. These did bring in something that kind of saddened me. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, you'd hear rumors and whispers. I hear Bigfoot lives in these woods, or I saw a UFO just the other day. It's all bullshit. We know that because everybody has a phone in their back pocket now. Um, ain't no Bigfoot, ain't no ain't no visitors from Mars. But unless I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's nice
impossible.
to have that available camera.
Oh yeah, you would think that big Sasquatches should be lined up, waiting to get their pictures taken for selfies. No,
If there
you
was
know,
a picture, it was always a very blurry.
yes, it was. Yeah, the
There's a
guy in the
little
costume.
splotch.
You can see the zipper, and he's walking along. Oh yeah, there he is, Chewbacca. So, but that being said, scared the stuffing out of me as a kid. The whole Sasquatch, the UFO, the Bermuda Triangle. I thought the Bermuda Triangle would be a much bigger menace it is than it just turned out to be.
Yeah, technology's ruined a little bit of the
you know,
legends.
yeah, the world has shrunk, and so has people's romantic expectations about the cryptozoological world. Oh well,
Yeah,
hang on.
there's good sides to it, but
Yes,
like look at
yes.
all the music we know about now,
Okay, I'll give you that. Yes, yes, yes.
which is a big thing for me.
Yeah, God bless you for it too. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, goodness gracious, Dave. I don't know, man. It's a good ride down memory road.
Yes. Okay, here's a loaded question. What were some of
Okay.
your least favorite local memories or areas?
Jeez. Damn. I don't know if I'd like to dwell on this too much.
Okay.
um. Hmm. Wow. I don't know. There's so many statutes of limitations, and I only know how far they go. I don't know, man. Um. Hmm.
Well, I'll add one in there that's a good memory for me, but also
Okay.
could have been a bad memory. I
Please.
remember me and a certain other person trying to push your car into the school. So
Yeah.
for Eric, if he's still on, where the parking lot was and the double doors down at the far end, me and this other person who I'll leave nameless, um, we worked after school and said, "Hey, George isn't here. He's doing, I think, a choir thing or something, but your
Okay.
car was still there." Said he always leaves it unlocked. We should push it somewhere. And then I almost said the name, but the other person looked at the doors and measured and said, "It'll fit." So we
Just put
propped
that.
open the
Just
doors.
have to push it hard enough.
We got into the car, popped it into neutral, started pushing it down the parking lot, and then lo and behold, who shows up? I forget which teacher it was that was
Oh,
driving
really?
you. It was
Wait,
one of
your
the
teacher was
teachers.
driving me?
Yeah, because you guys went
No
somewhere. It might
wonder
have been
I blocked this out. No wonder. I'm sorry. I don't mean any
he,
of that.
he went to go get you some candy.
Yes. Oh, I remember him
So he showed up. He showed up in his windowless van.
now. Yes, yes. He said he had Twinkie.
It was probably a good thing you showed up when you did.
Yes, yes. It would have been hard to get my car out of there because I'd have thought, well, it got in here. I think I can probably put it out.
Well, that was what I thought about after that. I said, I know George. He'll get in there and look and be like, I can just drive it out and
Why
start
not?
up the car.
What's the worst that could happen?
I know my car.
That was funny.
That's
That was
actually
it.
some other good memories going to the old racetracks.
Oh, the
I
racetracks
miss
were
the Atlantic
great.
City racetrack.
Yeah, same here. Wasn't that awesome? Cheap old cigar and a racing form, and God, dog, we had some blasts there. It's a
Yeah,
real
because
shame that's it's a piece of film history too. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock shot some of Marnie there with what's his name? I want to say Stuart Copeland, Sean Connery, James Bond. He with Sean Connery, he was there, and so yeah, we walked in and out where Sean Connery once trod.
that was
Ah,
a nice little place.
it
It,
was
it
a
was
lot of
already going downhill when we were there,
true.
but it was
That is.
still a nice, relaxing evening.
Oh
So you
yeah,
just
what
go
a
there,
blast.
take a couple of bucks.
Oh
You had
yeah,
20 minutes or so between races, so it's not like you're pumping money in. You put a couple bucks on a horse and walk around and relax.
Dave. Where's the nearest? I guess it's in Delaware. The nearest place they race horses now.
That's a good question. I don't think they do in Philly Park anymore.
It's been a while. We should make a triumphant return. There's
Yes,
another.
once all this is out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that would be. That's what we ought to do. We need to generate a list of things to have field trips. Field trips for Soarin and Scratchin. Just saying.
Yes. Anybody leave some comments down below on where you think we should
Um, wait, what? Yes, please do. Um, Eric just posted this. He says, I remember a few of us picked up a small car of a classmate and turned it sideways. Management was not amused.
go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I yes, we understand. We have been there. It might have been my car.
Uh,
I don't know.
I
Uh,
remember a light truck being picked up and put on the curb.
that I remember.
That was at a
Yes.
basketball game, I believe.
Oh, good Lord.
I think that same truck we did some other things to.
I think so. I think
Now, this is no confession or anything.
so. No, no, no. Again, that whole statute of limitation. Am I
I
saying that
think
right?
all I remember is I think we got away cleanly. Beep.
Woo! Uh,
Well,
uh,
this was the time when you hit the horn
oh,
as we were
oh, okay. Sorry.
quietly.
Different time. No, no, forget that. No, nope.
Yeah. This one, whatever it was we did,
Yeah.
was done
Clean
nice
getaway.
and
And we hit the.
quietly. We were sneaking away into the night, and somebody lays on the horn.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. Good Lord.
the other one
Um,
was the Newfield police showing up.
yes. Yep.
Again, we weren't doing anything other than a prank. We,
You're true.
yeah, so it's not like assault and battery or anything or
No,
breaking and
no.
entering.
Robbing liquor stores or such. That
We were
came
just
later.
we were just pushing somebody's vehicle out of their yard and down to the end of the dead end street that they were on.
Is that what we were doing? I thought we were putting something in their truck.
That's what we were doing at the other location.
You know what? We have
When,
too many of these tales, Dave.
when the police showed up, that was
Yeah.
we pushed the first vehicle down,
Right.
and then we went back to go get the second. and we were going to start pushing that down, and that's when the police showed up.
Good grief.
And we said, we know this guy. We're just playing a prank.
It's okay, officer. We're fine. He's a friend of ours. And the cop's like, he's like, well, okay. Good Lord.
Be on your way.
you little scamps.
I
White
remember
privilege.
it was snowing that day, and I remember the car getting stuck as we were back at the end of the road to try to turn out with the cop
Oh
behind
my
us.
gosh.
We had to jump out of the car, go running back there, and push it. Cop probably laughing his ass off at us.
Probably. Crazy days. Crazy days.
Okay, I think we've confessed to enough now.
Yeah, probably.
There's somebody
Hope we
knocking
haven't.
at my door now, so I probably need to go check and see.
Yes. You have the right to remain silent. Ah, well, thank you, one and all. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Tara. And thank you to anybody else who had similar experiences in this area.
Yeah.
We made it this far. Let's see what else we can get into.
We will be back. We're going to do some more live. This was kind of our inaugural. We're going to have
Yeah.
something set up a little bit better next time we do this.
Yeah, and we'll try to keep it a little shorter too.
This was literally a spur of the moment.
Yes. Just two friends catching up, talking about the old times. Glad you joined us. Thank you. Seriously.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you.
As always, keep your eyes to the sky.
And your ear to the ground. Word.
Take care.
Peace.